Hey guys, welcome to another video. So today I'll be going through why networking is important and um, kind of an analogy that's happened today. Literally, that's almost like I say almost 12 hours ago from before. So let's rewind. So basically, what happened before was the whole point of this story was I was going to work today and I was hopped in my car. As soon as I hopped into my car, I tried to turn on the freaking engine with my key and it just would not turn on. Um, One thing I realized was the car battery might have been flat or something like that, or something even worse. My car had just died, to be honest. One thing I instantly thought was, oh shit, like I probably should call a mechanic, or I should go potentially call RSAVA or something, but I don't have RSAVA or anything like that. So I instantly thought like shit, like how do I fix this problem? How do I solve this issue? Because it was 30 minutes before I had to go to work, pretty much, essentially. And one thing that popped up was actually my neighbor across the road. Um, he is actually a mechanic. He speaks Cantonese, so I literally rocked up. Luckily, he was at home that day, today, and yeah, I literally was like, I told him like, oh yeah, like I have a bit of car issues. It's alright. You just have a quick look. If not, I can happily just call someone. And he was really nice bloke, and ended up agreeing and just tried to jumpstart my car. And then he also luckily he had a look at the back of my car, and apparently just found that one of the screws were like not that tight, and it fixed it. And that got me thinking, like, in terms of that, what's the whole point of the story? Networking. Networking is so important nowadays. Talking to people, knowing kind of even your neighbors and just people in general, because you don't know who you might talk to eventually, and who you might help out, who someone else might help you. You might help someone else out, sorry. And yeah, it got me really thinking, like, networking and also making friends is so important in terms of honestly, like, anything. It could relate to business, it could relate to just small things or big things. You never know until you kind of um, chat with him. I actually had a chat with him a couple times, kind of like to like kind of break the ice. It's like, oh, I was just his neighbor, not really enough. We didn't talk that much. I saw him on the street, just greeted him, kind of introduced myself, kind of see what he did, and then also mentioned what I did. And if you ever, it's kind of like helping each other out. I think it's something that's very important. I remember one of the managers at my gym who's mentioned is um, it's kind of like it's kind of like a bit of a brain rot idea, but I think it's something that I still use here and there in terms of gym sales and such. Was basically you scratch my back, I scratch your back type of thing. So it's kind of like a both relationship both ways, where you provide value, also they provide value. It kind of works both ways. So it's like you might provide value to them in the future, or they will provide you value in the future. And yeah, I'd say the best thing in terms of that is also working on your communicational skills. One book I definitely recommend is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Really good book, has lots of really lovely tips. I'd say I definitely recommend that book if you haven't read it already. But basically, there's a lot of tips in there in terms of that will help you kind of learn the tips, psychology, and also some pointers in terms of a direction to go. But what I found was that after you kind of meet and know a lot of people, you gain a lot of experiences, and also if they talk about their life and such, you kind of gain like a lot of something that you'd probably wouldn't experience in a way. The whole point, like I mentioned in this video, I'm really grateful for actually meet that guy. I'll probably get him something a bit later. But today was really busy. Having my schedule's packed with just work and also uploading. But yeah, so that's pretty much the video today. It was just kind of an interesting thought that I had, and I found it to a degree kind of lucky, but also in its own way, I don't think it's complete luck, because I was the one who also kind of initiated and also put myself in a position where you meet a lot of people and try and be very social. So then it would, in the end, benefit yourself as well as another person. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've had for today. So I'll share some more experiences in terms of that in the future, but hopefully, yeah, I'll catch you around. See you later.